these guys. So let's go ahead and do it. Spawning in the upper left-hand corner of Ephemeron in the red. Playing Protoss. Sponsored by Ting. And sponsored by the United States of America. It is Neeb. Ryan there, not realizing that if you are an observer, players do not see what you write, which is good. It's a good thing. And Neeb's opponent spawning in the lower right-hand corner in the blue, representing Mouse Sports and representing Germany. It is the largest man himself, HeroMarine. The absolute most ginormous of Gabes. Now, of course, that may intimidate some people. Some people may look up at the face of Gabe, and yea, they may be smitten. But Neeb is not one of them. There's no intimidation here. He feels comfortable fighting for his life against a man that size. Now, I haven't seen this matchup in a while, but HeroMarine, he was pulling out basically all the stops in that last series. I'm interested to see if he's going to use that same build, as we just saw last game on this map against Hearthstone. Now, if Neeb was watching that series, which he very well could have been, he might be a little bit more prepared than Hearthstone was for an attack like that, or at the very least, looking for the scout. Not sure why there's 6 probes on this. Oh, was it for the trap? Neeb. Did Neeb do that to set up a trap? Where he could all of a sudden pull those probes and trap? Holy shit. This guy is the biggest brain I've ever seen. That was beautiful. That was absolutely beautiful. Oh yeah, this is a best of 5. Thanks, chat. Good work. It auto does best of 3, so if I don't change it, it'll just say best of 3. Yeah, I want to see some USA cheers in chat. If you have USA emotes, please use them. If you have German emotes, feel free. I'm not saying don't root for HeroMarine or Germany, but I live in one of those countries and not the other, so I want to see those USA emotes, you know what I'm saying? Robo and a couple more gates coming down, so Neeb might be looking to get aggressive here. As I say that, he dropped a couple more gases. So I'm interested in what the follow-up to this is going to be. We have a siege tank coming out of HeroMarine, so definitely not going to be doing the same kind of push as he did in the last game. Actually, I say that, he definitely had a siege tank. So we could still see it. I think it's a little unlikely, though. Alright, Adept gonna not see the pickup. But if he shades the Adept back in, he'll see that there's not a lot of units there. It's just a single medevac of Marines, not even full, just 7. So if Neeb's paying attention back at home, he'll have a few units ready for this drop. There you go, we got some USA, we got some GER. Next we need some DEU. Well, Neeb knows that this is here now. Oh, where are these units going? They're going to the wrong spot. Alright, HeroMarine decides not to drop those units off, which he might have been able to get a kill or 2, but it would have been at what cost? Is Neeb going to warp in over here? I actually think he shouldn't right now. I think it might be better if he just pulls the warp prism back up to the corner, takes this fight. Yeah, Guardian Shield, he's got Stalkers, he's got an Immortal. I think this is why from Big Gabe picks up those tanks and should be able to boost them out of there. There's no blink, so doesn't have to worry too much. Oh, this Warp Prism, though. This Warp Prism could kind of float around and be used on an attack. Now, HeroMarine, very notably, he did throw down that third CC before putting down Barracks 2 and 3, which he's going to be doing right now. Lots of siege tanks here. HeroMarine going heavy on the siege tanks against Neeb. And it's really interesting seeing how he plays against Hearthstone and then Neeb. I feel like this might just have to do with the different natures of the players. Damn, look at that skin. That's so cool looking. That is really cool. That makes me absolutely want that Colossus skin. I have no idea how you get that, but I love it. Yep, Thermal Lance on the way, another Colossus, so no Thermal Lance just yet. Oh. Well, that's a nice siege tank shot to start things off. Looks like this base might be delayed a little bit. Tank's still in position to take care of the Adepts from the Warp Prism. Alright. HeroMarine's third delayed a little bit. Neeb's is just now finishing up. HeroMarine's actually way up on workers right now. What is that about? Neeb down on probes. He needs to chrono out a few probes here. Granted, his mining is slightly better. But yeah, look at that. HeroMarine. The definite income advantage. Few Zealots gonna move up into the main. Oh no, they're gonna just hit the front line. The Warp Prism goes down. I do not like this attack at all from Neeb. Colossus dies. There is gonna be another Colossus, but that was an ill-fated attack in my opinion. There was so much bio there and so many tanks, all completely set up. And now HeroMarine takes this third, no problem. He can start mining from it. Easy peasy. The worker count is evened up. Upgrade-wise, it looks like Gabe's a bit ahead. He has his +1 attack already done, and +1 armor just now. Gonna be finishing up for Neeb. He does have Storm coming down. Something that we kind of missed from Hearthstone's armies was Storm. Ghosts can be quite good, but there's usually still a couple of Storms left, especially if you're able to spread those High Templar, which Neeb's more than capable of doing, or getting them into a Warp Prism. Now we see 3 fully saturated bases for both players. Is that the Collector's Edition skin? No wonder I don't have it. I thought I had them all, but not the Legacy, the Void Collector's Edition. Storm is not yet finished. Neeb's gonna find this little army out here. That army's gonna have to pick up and get on out of there. One Marine gets found up here. No blink. It has just started. As I say that, blink starts up. So that's gonna be a really nice upgrade to have for those moments where the load up happens. You can pick off at least one medevac. But HeroMarine's army looking very strong. And supply-wise, 66, 66, 66, 69, 99, excuse me. I had my thoughts in other places. I like that. That was nice symmetry. Neeb ruining it by warping in more units. Maybe he can get to 99. Oh, man. So close. But Storm is now done, and that's going to change up this battle a lot. Nice Storm on the ramp. Going to delay a little bit. Oh, no. Pull that back. No, it has 1 HP. Oh, my God. That 1 HP High Templar. In the meantime, nice little warp-in over here. Gonna be able to kill a few SCVs. Bringing down HeroMarine's economy. Ooh, one of those Colossi fall. We have 2 Disruptors on the way. I don't think we have any out just yet. Well, there's 1 out. Oh, it is. It's right here in the army. So Disruptor is going to be absolutely massive. War Prism gets recalled. Oh, there's his first Disruptor shot. Doesn't get much. Some nice storms over on the side. Disruptor's going to go down. Blink not quite done for these Stalkers yet, but the Zealots get right on top of the tanks. It looks like Neeb's going to hold. But at what cost? Cost of a lot of his expensive units. He does still have at least 1 High Templar. He does still have a Disruptor out here. Oh, be careful with that A move. There you go. Doesn't hit anything. Nice splits by HeroMarine. And there you go. Blink finishes up. Able to get one of those medevacs. Oh, Archon just goes down to the last Maraudy shot. And now HeroMarine is down an army supply. That's not ideal for the Terran here. But Neeb, he's on 4 bases. He's going to be getting out some more probes, getting that 4th base saturated. HeroMarine has the same plan. And we have a bit of a closer game right now as the supplies have evened up. HeroMarine needs to find some damage though, because we have another Colossus. We have 3 Disruptors. Ooh, a couple of Charge Lots actually getting caught here, but Neeb is able to see the army thanks to those. There you go. There's your High Templar and a War Prism. Ooh, but Neeb's army and HeroMarine's army passing separate paths like ships in the night. Don't see each other. Oh, is Neeb paying attention? Go, 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 go. No, absolutely he was not paying attention. And he's going to walk on home. There's energy for a recall. Oh, he's actually going to go in. It looked like he was going home for a second, but he decided against it. And, oh, he sends the War Prism home, though, with the storms. Catches a few of those Liberators. He does have Blink, a big difference from what we saw in that game versus Hearthstone. Stalker's taking some damage though. Ah, the War Prism comes back. Where's the EMPs? Oh, there's a big storm. EMP is not quite going down just yet. Disruptor Novas. This is a 360-degree battle here. But it looks like Neeb's going to get fully cleaned up. Ah, and all these robo units going down. Very expensive. And now, if we look at the army supply, 38 to 83. That is not where Neeb wants to be. Those Stalkers got to blink and get out of there. One of them goes down. Neeb can't afford to be losing units like that right now. Do we have any ghosts in this composition? We have 1. Doesn't quite have EMP. Another one. No. Not quite enough for EMP. So the storms are going to be key here. Ooh, Disruptor Shot comes out. Gets a couple of units. Gabe's been very good about the splits versus the Disruptors so far. But the storms, the Disruptors, and everything going to be enough to hold on for Neeb right now. Ooh, I say that. He wasn't ready for that one. Does he have a storm? Not yet. Oh, and Disruptor moving out to the front will get targeted down and killed. There's a storm. It's a real nice storm, but is it going to be enough? He's losing a lot of these really important key units he needs to hold on. Blink is good, but it's not that good. And it looks to be that HeroMarine might be able to take this game. He's rallying units over. The blink underneath fails. Neeb taps out. GG. HeroMarine takes game number 1. And he's looking very good versus Protoss right now. Ooh, baby. That 360-degree surround with the units. Liberators coming in, Ghosts coming in. Beautifully played. Beautifully played. Mint Crystal invited me to the lobby because I was reading chat and not paying attention. We'll give him hearts for that. Guys, make sure to check out the other streams as well. I don't know if you guys are familiar with who's casting this, but you can check out Team Liquid. I'm going to take a look right now. Currently, we have Mint Crystal, also on Twitch known as the Animation Dude, casting. We did some co-casting with him last week, and we'll probably do some next week as well. And Maraliko's casting in English as well. Check those guys out, of course. O Gaming, Indie, and Bel Air in their respective languages. But we're getting ready to get into game number 2. So let's hop on in. We're going to Simulacrum. We have spawning in the upper left-hand corner. Representing Ting and America, it is Neeb. And his opponent, spawning in the lower right, representing Mouse Sports and Germany, Deutschland, it is HeroMarine. No cheeky 3 racks across the map for HeroMarine this game. Not happening. I love seeing chat. It's a couple minute delay, but seeing you guys be like, oh, it looks like Neeb's looking kind of good right now. I think if he lasts 1 more minute, he'll be able to win. And then it's like, oh, actually, Gabe took that fight really well. GG. Really good game from both players, though. Absolutely. And if you think Balance won or lost that game, well, you got the big dumb. You caught the big dumb, and I'm sorry to say that there's nothing we can do for you. Looks like it's going to be a Nexus before Cybercore out of Neeb. We actually had a Marine first out of HeroMarine. I mean, living up to his name. Getting that Marine out. We'll see what he wants to do with it. Maybe just getting that factory up a little quicker? I'm not too sure. It's an interesting choice because it means a little bit less scouting, a little bit less reason for the Protoss to keep their units on their side of the map. But I don't think that Neeb saw that it was Marine first with his probe. Which is it's a pretty big deal because that means the Adept is gonna want to stay home and make sure that the non-existent Reaper doesn't come in. Wow. Okay, so this SCV and this probe are. Is this a PvP right now? Like what is going on? There's a much higher chance of Neeb scouting this after dropping whatever he wants to drop and leaving than there is of HeroMarine scouting this. But this is kind of insane. We don't ever see this in this matchup. Ooh, and it's gonna be a Hellion drop, it looks like. Well, I like this play. Hellion's not something we see super often in this matchup, but I think more recently players have been going for those Hellions just for that fact. I mean, they kill probes just as quick as they kill drones. The other thing he could be doing is getting a lib. No, he's going to get that medevac. Could potentially go for the double prong, but not going to happen. It was Stargate this time for Neeb. So could bring that Oracle back to help defend. And it is just out front. Oh, there it is. Adept in the main base will see it. Oh, it doesn't quite get the wall up in time. There's the Oracle. 4 probes already going down. 5. And there's the quick pickup. Phoenix coming out to help shoo away the medevac. Oh, but that means the wall at the front is open. Oh no, he's lining them up. Some big hits here. It's just 2 Hellions. Oh man, 10 workers going down as he hits in the back of the main again. Oh, one more big shot, but 15 probes went down. And now Neeb, who's just on 30 workers, he doesn't have a third base. That's a tough position to be in. But he's got a slow warping pylon. He might be looking to put some pressure on. Oh man, and now the Phoenix, or the Liberator, which the Phoenix takes about 1,000,000 years to kill, does finally kill it though. And Widowmine's 13 more probes going down. Neeb says, I've had enough. I have had enough. You don't have any units back at home, do you? And you know what? He's right. The boy's getting pulled to fight this already. But all of a sudden, it's feeling like all those harassment units, which went down to kill probes, not feeling so good right now. The Adept's looking to shade up. Ooh. Starker goes down to the Widowmine. There's 2 more Widowmines out front, which means any reinforcement units are going to take damage. More Widowmines come in. Those Widowmines are keeping HeroMarine alive right now. Oof. And Neeb did not realize they were at the front. Lost a lot of units to this, but he's evened up the worker count. Kills the medevac, which is nice. It's a lot less mobility. And, wow, this probe, how is this probe in the main right now? Has this probe been there the whole time? But now the oracles come back in. Revelation. Kills 1 Widowmine. He kills a 2nd Widowmine. Ooh, but Stim is done. But there's no turret. Oh my god. Oh my god. Alright, only 5, 6. The turret does finish. But 7 more workers going down. HeroMarine, he's been pumping out SCVs, but it's 38 probes to 28 SCVs right now. Neeb definitely taking that lead back after it was HeroMarines for a long time. Oh, that counter from Neeb, I think, did exactly what it needed to. Now, the big deal here is that HeroMarine has 28 supply of units, and Neeb's just got 16 in terms of army units. So Neeb needs a couple minutes to start getting some of this infrastructure up and get his units up to snuff. He's got a Forge and a Twilight Council coming up. But it's a long time before any of these upgrades are going to kick in. That's minutes away. And HeroMarine's not going to give him those minutes. He's moving out right now with 2 medevacs full of bio units. Oh, pylon in the main base though. HeroMarine, he's just not ready for it. Oracle tags up front. Here's the drop. There's only like 5 stalkers here. We're gonna need more units out of Neeb. There's no blink. These stalkers are just dying. All right, there's a couple in the main. A Phoenix comes out. We'll lift up one of those Widowmines. Probe's got to come off the line to fight this. Oracles come back in. Oh, Widowmine goes down. Nothing to shoot up, so these Phoenixes... Oh, I lied. Nothing to shoot up. Marines say absolutely not. But the Oracles, they're mostly out of energy now. They're not going to have a whole lot left. HeroMarine's just rallying across the map. Oh, but Neeb's going to tap out. GG, and HeroMarine's going to go up 2-0 in this best of 5. Indeed. So there you go. Game number 3. Coming up soon, but Neeb, he's got to do something different, man. Because that is not working. Absolutely a crazy game. A bloodbath, as some people might say. Some people being Rotterdam. Yeah, look at that. Chat calling it out. HeroMarine should win this. You guys, chat, you're too smart for us. All right, just waiting for the lobby link for game number 3. And we'll be ready to go. Not sure what the map's going to be. Wasn't privy to the veto conversation. That word was hard to say. I hope you guys are all having a good time in chat, enjoying the games. If you're tearing out there, I know you're having a good time. But if you're Protoss, you're pulling for Neeb. You're pulling for Neeb right now. Come on, Neeb, let's go. Let's bring it back. I want to see Neeb win 2 games in a row now. I want a game 5. You know what I'm saying? But on the other side of things, maybe, just what if HeroMarine wins 3-0, and then Terrans, they're not allowed to whine for a week about Protoss. 1 week, all right? Just until next week. So we'll see. All right, we're getting in. I'll bring you in. Spawning in the lower left-hand corner of Zen. He's down 2-0. He's got to bring it back. He's got to do it for the United States of America. It is Neeb. And up 2-0 in the upper right-hand corner. It's the biggest of Gabes. HeroMarine. Well, we'll see what the plan is here for HeroMarine. He seems to be the driving force in these games so far. No, I say that, but Neeb had that pretty committed attack in game 1. But I'd love to see one of those real hard push builds from HeroMarine like we saw against Hearthstone. Clem also had some of those out, pulled some of those out. But maybe Neeb's a little bit better against those. You know, the thing about Protoss players, it's true about all players, of course, but I think it's especially apparent with Protoss players is to some of them, like a 2-base all-in or even just a 2-base attack, just a strong 2-base attack, some Protosses can't hold it, and some Protosses can't die to it, and it's kind of crazy. Ooh, it's a high ground CC. That's an interesting choice. Maybe to keep the probe from harassing too much? Probe sees this. Now HeroMarine gonna put down the factory. Appreciate the compliments in chat, guys. Appreciate the follows. Glad you guys are having a good time. I know I certainly am. I'm loving it. HeroMarine versus Neeb. I honestly couldn't ask for a better finals. These guys are so good. And that's why I just hope to see Neeb pull it back a little bit. Well, the Reaper's gonna come up. Adept is about to pop. We'll shoo the Reaper away. Ooh, will the Reaper go? Ooh, Reaper doesn't get the kill and dies. Nice start for Neeb. Stargate comes up. That's his plan for this game. And it looks like we got double Marine coming out. Factory is getting a tech lab, but is it for itself or for the starport that's coming up behind it? Alright, well, Adept finds a wall. And the command center on the high ground. This also could be something specifically for Zen. Just because it's harder to wall off or something like that. I'm not too sure. Maybe just because it's such short rush distance if you go through the middle, natural to natural. With something like an Adept. But he'll land it now. He is down quite a bit in workers. Neeb pumping out those workers, and it looks like he's going to go take a nice quick third base. Playing a little bit more like what we saw Hearthstone play. Stargate into a quick third base. Oh, it's actually Phoenix. Okay, all right. Oracle first into Phoenix. That is a dead Oracle, my friend. Oh, did I lie to you guys? I just called you my friends, but I might have lied to you. I feel like it's a dead Oracle, but oh my God, Neeb, how do you do it? He's gonna recall that. He's gonna get that out of there. Hasn't gotten any kills, but it lives, and that's important. Some hot takes in chat right now. Hot takes. All right, so what do we have from HeroMarine? He's got a third CC coming up. He is going to push across with a few Marines. Nope, he's going to pull back with the Cyclone and the Viking at least. Cyclone gets the lock on. This is now a dead Oracle. Gets the tag off at the very least. What do we have back at home for Neeb to handle this push? Well, it's Marines and there's Adepts. Generally speaking, a pretty close fight, but I don't think HeroMarine's going to want to stick around. A tank might help make the difference, but Adepts shading on top of the tank it's pretty good. It's a pretty good strat. Oh, this Viking grabbing a kill, but the Phoenix will take it out. Is that the first time Big Gabe saw the Phoenix? I think it might be. Phoenix are now moving across the map. We got 5 of them. Nice little flock, little fleet of Phoenix. Squadron. Maybe it's a squadron? I'm not sure. What do you call a group of Phoenix? Venetians. Venetian blinds. All right, there's a lot of anti-air defense here. Oh, yep. Neeb's going to cancel that and back right up. Does keep all those alive, at least for now. Looks like Neeb wants to put on some pressure. 2 tanks here, though, going to make it a bit more difficult, as well as his group of Marines. Ooh, there's the potential shade. Decides against it. He could pick up both tanks. He risks losing the Phoenix. There's actually a lot of units up in the main base. But he could do that. What do we have here? We have a couple more gateways coming up, +1 in charge, finishing up. Upgrade wise, it looks like both players just getting +1 right now. Stim and combat shields on the way, but not finished, so not going to see any move outs from HeroMarine until that's done. Adepts are going to shade through. They'll see exactly what there is to see. And so far, this map presence is very good from Neeb. He's constantly moving around, moving to different sides, and able to scout very effectively what's coming his way. Oh, doesn't quite grab a medevac and loses a Phoenix for it. Yeah, just going to be going for that ground army. We don't have any splash damage yet. That's the biggest thing here for Neeb. As I say that, another Robo comes up, and the Robo Bay. We're going to be getting those Colossi and eventually Disruptors out. Looks like HeroMarine wants to go for a double drop. As I say that, he just drops the units out. Not sure what the purpose of that was. But might be going to put some pressure onto this 4th base. And if he can get there before... Oh, it's just straight to Disruptors. Usually it's like Colossus into Disruptor, but straight to the Ruptor. Looking good. Looking good. A gang. There you go. It's a gang of Phoenix. A gang of Phoenicians. I think fleet, you have to wait until there's a large number of them. You know? Like, 4 Phoenix, that's not a fleet. You can't have a fleet with just 4. I feel like you need at least 6 or 8 Phoenix before you can start getting into fleet territory. I kind of like Squadron. I think that's a nice little name. You know, Phoenix want to squad up. All right, but HeroMarine's coming in. No vision of this just yet for Neeb. Now he sees it. Not reacting very quickly, though. Big splits out of HeroMarine. That's going to help him pre-splitting against these Novas. Nice first Nova hit. Tanks are hitting nicely, though. Neeb not necessarily getting the hits he needs. Meanwhile, behind this, oh my god, Zealot's absolutely ravaging the mineral line. This entire third base mineral line is gone. Oh, Widowmine's being dropped in the middle of the battlefield. I don't like these Novas, though. They're not doing what they need to do. Oh, there's more. That was a nice one. But there's no supporting units anymore. Where are the Zellies? All right, the Novas on the retreat. They've been a lot better. So far, the dodges from HeroMarine have been quite good. But if Neeb can just hold on. Oh man, so many Novas. And it looks like Neeb will hold on. He's up nearly 20 workers right now. He saved most of his workers from the fourth base. And that is going to be that, it looks like. This fourth base somehow still alive. HeroMarine's going to rotate back up around and might try to just kill that at least. He needs to kill that because he's down 20 workers and he's also down a base. All right, he gets the kill. That's what HeroMarine needed. Neeb, though, has already expanded down here. So all those probes that were mining inefficiently, they're going to come right on down here and start mining efficiently again. The big thing here is Neeb has no vision of where this army is. His mid-map vision is not very good. Oh, another Zealot. Absolutely killing it over here. Couple more SCVs going down. Just something HeroMarine cannot afford. Now, Gabe's army is a bit bigger still. It's only about 10 supply at the moment. And with Terran, a lot of that's still in production or still rallying out. All right, HeroMarine going for a drop, thinking his setup back here is going to be enough, and he doesn't have a fourth base. And I think he thinks Neeb doesn't have a fourth base. He has no idea about this Nexus. So he's going to move back up, and you know what? He's going to get a cancel, and HeroMarine's just going to think he's in a much better spot economically than he is. He's going to see that cancel and be real happy with that. But really, that's a fifth. Neeb doesn't really care about that. All right, Nova's finding some connections, which is better than none. Oh, drop getting picked up and moving onto the third base mineral line. This could be very good for HeroMarine. Not really any units here. Where the Stalkers? Blink is about to finish. So these medevacs are not long for this world. Oh, but they get out just in time. Thermal Land's not quite done yet, but we do have Colossus out now. All right, EMP's going down. The Liberators have been sieged for a while, but the tank's just now coming in. Warping of charge lots feels like it takes forever. Oh, beautiful connections on those tanks, and I think Neeb cleans this up, but man, that is messy. That is a messy cleanup. And HeroMarine, once again, with the resupply here. The reinforcements coming in to join the fun. But it's not going to be enough. HeroMarine taps out, GG. And Neeb finally taking a map and making it just that much closer. 2-1. 2-1, baby. It ain't over yet. It ain't over till it's over. Again, I love reading chat. Neeb might win this. Never mind, he's dead. Actually. Actually, though. Also, what's up, Harstum? Harstum looking slick earlier. Solid play. But what do you expect out of the captain, right? Oral Rock in here as well. I recognize all these cool people. Alright, we're getting into game number 4. Eternal Empire. Never doubt a true NA player. Good call, Maples. Good call. You can never count out the US of A, you know? You think we're behind, but it's exactly where we want to be. Alright, let's hop in. Enough blither blathering on. Spawning in the lower left-hand corner. He's up 1-2. He's down 2-1, I guess I should say. But he just took a map, and that momentum could carry him forward. It is Ting's Neeb. And his opponent in the upper right. He dropped a map. He's not used to dropping things because when they fall, they create craters. It's the big man himself, HeroMarine. So we'll see getting into this map. If anybody wants to be cheeky, now might be the time for HeroMarine. If he wants to pull off something cheeky, but no proxy reapers. So at least it's not that. We did see a little bit of cheekiness on Simulacrum. Not going to be happening this game. Well, I guess we could still see that. We could still see the proxy starport, but I don't know. That ended up being such a weird game. Some of these games have gotten so weird and so scrappy. It just feels like that's what HeroMarine brings. He's like, if I can make it scrappy, my control will be better. I mean, honestly, he's been looking real good in these scrappy games, so I don't blame him. Oh, Probe, gotta get out of there. Let that CC start. It's not worth your life, Probe. Gonna be a Reaper first this game, so not going for the Marines. Not going for that Marine opening, wants to get some scouting info done. Look at all those USA emotes in chat. I love them. And guys, if you think I'm biased towards one person or another, real talk, I'm actually just biased towards whoever's losing. That's basically how it works. Whoever's losing, that's who I'm rooting for. You know why? Because I have full passion, and I want more StarCraft. Some people have a full head of hair. I also have that, but I have a full head of passion. All right, HeroMarine dropping that second barracks after the factory. This is actually, it looks like the build we saw on this map against Hearthstone. Could be something similar here out of HeroMarine. I believe that ended up being kind of a 2 medevac push. Hearthstone didn't quite have enough units to deal with 16 Stim Marines. Which, every now and then, man, something like that, it just catches you. It just catches you. We've all been there, and you're like, nah, nobody does that build anymore. Well, sometimes they still do. So far, one Hellion and one Widowmine coming out of the factory. It's so interesting. Recalls the Adept. Maybe didn't mean to actually finish that shade. And it's going to be Stargate, so we have second Oracle on the way. First one already floating out and about. Oh, Reaper sees the third base, doesn't quite stop it. I thought he was going to catch that probe before the third went down, but HeroMarine just missed it. The Adepts didn't miss, though, and neither is this Oracle. Already grabbing 2 kills. 2 kills, 3 kills, and 1 SCV on 1 hit point. Man, I think the Oracle micro is still so difficult. There's a Viking out, though, so Oracles can't stick around for too long. And they can't kill that Viking unless it lands. I'd be kind of shocked if it did. Ooh, they're going to grab this Hellion, though. That's a nice catch. Any little thing you can get, right? Especially as he's taking this base. Neeb is up 10 workers right now. Pretty much to be expected, but in some of the previous games, we've seen less worker advantages for the Protoss than we might expect. Alright, +1 armor. Charge. On the way, coming up. A couple of gateways going down. Bunch of gateways, actually. This looks like it's going to be very gateway heavy. Not going for that robo. In fact, doesn't have a robo at all, let alone a robo bay. Templar Archives. Yeah, this is going to be full gateway. Couple more SCVs going down to these Oracles, and so far, units lost definitely in favor of Neeb. But we have a lot of units here for HeroMarine. His army supply a good bit higher than Neeb's. And as medevacs come out, it looks like he wants to push across with a couple of tanks. Now, charge should be finished. Ooh, I say that. It's going to be kind of close. Depends on how slow HeroMarine pushes. Neeb's going to have to use all the tools in his arsenal to deal with this. Ooh, this Viking. It's a nice Viking. Oh, man. But will HeroMarine be ready for the stasis? No, he will not. Every single Marine except for 2 gets caught in that stasis. And Neeb says, cool. That's pretty cool. If nothing else, it at least gives him time. Ooh, and it's allowing the Oracles to move across the map, take out some of these reinforcements. Neeb's going to move in right as the stasis trap finishes up. Has a couple of hallucinated Archons. What an interesting choice. Well, he takes out the tanks, and that's a big meaty part of this push. But the bio is still here. Charge is finished. Oh man, the boys have come. All right, can HeroMarine win it? Right here, right now. He's got to at least do a lot of damage. But there are some real Archons mixed in here. Actually, needs to morph this one as well. The boys come forward. The fake Archon disappears. Boys coming off the line for Neeb as well. We got probes and SCVs fighting each other right now. All the SCVs have gone down. That's 23 SCVs. But HeroMarine's army is definitely bigger than Neeb's right now. Widowmine's going off, but the Zealots still charge in. Where are the Oracles? There they are. They coming at the end to clean this up. 22 to 23 SCVs going down, but HeroMarine has 25 back at home. Neeb's still on 48 workers. That means overtime Neeb is just going to have so much more unless HeroMarine trades way, way better. Which so far has not been the case. And it will not be the case, and Neeb is going to tie it up 2-2. We're going to a game 5. We told you. We told you. Never count out a North American player. And never count out Neeb. He learns from the best. I heard that Neeb takes lessons from M. Canning every day. That's what I've heard. Is it any shock he just won 2 games in a row against HeroMarine? All right, well, we're going to be getting into game number 3 here pretty shortly. We're in the lobby, getting all the commentators in. Again, if you're enjoying this content, check out the other commentators. They're putting out excellent content as well. And they might be casting times I'm not. I might be casting times they're not. You should follow pretty much everybody who casts it regularly. Players are ready. The countdown is over. And we are on the loading screen into Triton, into our game number 5, the final game, not only of the series, but of the bracket of this particular tournament. So let's go ahead. Let's hop on in. We have spawning in the lower right-hand corner, in the red, representing Ting and all that is good in North America. It is Neeb. And his opponent in the upper left, representing Deutschland and the largest Gabe that has ever existed. It is HeroMarine. Again, no proxy racks this time. Neeb not getting the Hearthstone treatment. I'm not too shocked. HeroMarine not wanting to bust that out in Game 5. Maybe wanting to keep it a little bit something, you know, a little bit more on the macro side of things than on the super cheese side of things. Neeb, though, he wants to wall off against the Reapers. He says, listen, I was watching that HeroMarine game against Hearthstone. I ain't trust him. We're walling off. Probe coming in to be annoying. Gonna get the scout, gonna get to see what's what. Nexus goes down. Followed by the Cyber Core. There it is. There it is. Probe once again being annoying, but won't be around for too long. CC will go down at a good time. Nicely done. Now who am I going to be biased to? That's the real question. I'm going to be biased to you, chat. Just to you. Against you. I hope whatever you want this game to be, it's not. Ha! Take that. Alright, well, the Adept being chronoed out. Reaper moving across the map. Should be able to get a decent scout off. What is Neeb's tech of choice going to be? Not only the question in my mind, but the question in Big Gabe's mind. Actually, Reaper just pops up, sees what's what, and then leaves. Oh, I thought that probe was going to put down tech, but actually, Neeb was just waiting to transfer them until the Reaper went away. Smart move. Alright, up comes the Robo. Oh, is he going to bop himself over? Is he going to do it? Nope. He's going to get on out of there. Yes, if you're wondering, the microwave is now finished. I know you heard the beep. You weren't sure. That is what that meant. A couple gates going along in front, just in case there's going to be Hellions coming out. That is not the case. It's actually double Marines and a Cyclone. Follow-up barracks, we may see a third one in just a little bit. And Neeb has found his stride against HeroMarine, man. He's once again up a good amount of workers. He's going to be scouting with the Phoenix. We'll see the Cyclone and get to see all the production coming up here. A couple of barracks. That's going to be a nice scout there for Neeb. Hasn't missed anything. Papa Mitch, thank you for the 1,000 bits. And you know what? One day, my dude, we'll share some Lagavulin. Neeb looking to take a third base. And he's going for a quick robo base, so he wants to get that quick Colossus, which we saw actually not work out all that well for Hearthstone. The quick Colossus ended up just basically getting thwarted by HeroMarine. But we'll see if HeroMarine's able to put on that same level of pressure, and also, maybe more importantly, what kind of support units Neeb has for the Colossus. If you can keep the Colossus alive for a long time, it can gain so much value. Warp Prism going to be the first big threat here to Gabe. Stalker getting locked on, but nice pullback there from Neeb. Immediate. Forge Twilight Council coming up. Oh, this Viking is actually... He doesn't know it, but he's close to this Warp Prism. What was in the microwave? It was some leftover tacos. They smell delicious. Homemade too. That's not some Taco Bell. It's the good shit. Alright, but HeroMarine looks like he wants to move across the map. We got +1 in combat shields finishing. This is looking like a nice strong push. Neeb sees it coming. He's gonna have to get ready. A second Colossus is finishing up. Thermal Lance is about to be done. This is actually fantastic for Neeb. This is about as good of a timing as he could hope for this kind of attack from Big Gabe. Oh, lock-on on the Colossus, though. It's taken so much damage from that lock-on. Finally, it's done. This Widowmine kind of out of position at this point, and HeroMarine's going to have to pick up and get on out of here. 2 Thermal Lance Colossus and a bunch of Stalkers. Going to be too much for him to handle. Granted, 6 workers have gone down in the meantime. I don't know if that was on one of the bases or if that was just down here. But closes that worker gap a little bit. Ah, but man, Gabe does not have a third yet. He needs to do more damage or get a third. Oh my god, what? Oh, it killed a Stalker. That Widowmine killed the Stalker. Alright, I'm glad we figured it out. Warp Prism picks up a few Zealots, gonna run that into the natural base. Oh man, but this is a big old drop. There's a decent amount of units here, but it's not gonna be quite enough to handle this quad drop. And a recall goes down to get these units there even quicker. No blink, unfortunately, for Neeb. But in the meantime, is HeroMarine gonna be ready for these Zealots sitting in the natural? Not quite. Ooh, Vikings come out at the perfect time, though. We'll shoo away any further warp-ins. Oh, but so many workers going down. Total of 10, 11. Oh, I was going to say. I was going to stop myself for an extra second to wait until that happened. Total 12 workers go down. 44 to 64 now. And just third base has just started mining. We take a look at that income graph. It's been heavily in Neeb's favor, and it's even more heavily in Neeb's favor now. And the Warp Prism actually got away. I think that's maybe the biggest thing here for Neeb is he killed a bunch of stuff and got out with the Warp Prism. Neeb's army a little bit smaller than HeroMarine's, but I just think there's no way right now that HeroMarine can move across the map. He has 6 Vikings. He's making a few more and getting those ghosts out. We have Blink on the way for Neeb, as well as +1 armor. And now the Liberators, I think that's going to be a good decision as we have Disruptors coming out of Neeb. Needs to start getting those libs out. And yeah, getting that economy back up. He's still just on 47 workers. I'm really not sure if HeroMarine's going to be able to last too much longer in this game. There might be just one more fight. But I felt that way a few times in this matchup so far, and Gabe has proved me wrong. I doubted the largest Gabe, and he made me regret it. So we're going to have to see how he handles this fight. Neeb with the counterattack, making this even more all-in than it already is. Doesn't dodge the first Nova, but the second one gets a nice dodge off. Third one only catches 1 Marauder, with the third base completely being killed here by Neeb. Ooh, where are the EMPs? He's still got 1 more, but it goes down. Ah, and Gabe, his army supply has fallen. There's another warp in the main base. He's down 30 supply. The army supply is even right now. The upgrades are pretty similar. And the longer this goes, the worse it is for Gabe. More Novas coming out. Those were a couple of panic Novas. Sending out 2 at once is not ideal. Gabe finding a nice position here. Will he be able to leverage it? Not a lot of Novas ready at the moment. But that one gets a few kills and forces a pull away. Nova's just constantly getting kills, and with no economy behind it, Neeb is going to win game 5. He does it. He does it. The reverse sweep. You doubted him. You doubted him. I saw in the chat, they should just rename it the HeroMarine Cup. Oh, it's just the HeroMarine Weekly. This week, it's the Neeb Cup. Beautiful games from both of those guys. And like super close series. Honestly, the first 2 games it felt like HeroMarine, he was just gonna smash them. And then the next 2 games it was like, actually, can Neeb do this? But that game 3, that was 100% Neeb all day. All Neeb all day.